Hey, it's Bill. You're tuned into the Pennsylvania Rock Show, featuring the best unsigned rock and metal that Pennsylvania has to offer right here on PARockShow.com, MegaRockRadio.net, and 107.1 FM St. Louis, Missouri. On the beaches of San Diego, California, we have RootarooRadio.com. In Ontario, Hamilton, Ontario, we have AltRockRadio.ca. In Birmingham, United Kingdom, xrpradio.co.uk. And buildthescene.com. I think I missed one. I'll figure it out later. My name is Bill. This is episode number 571 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. Up right before you heard me speaking, we played some Dragline in their song You're Gonna Lose. We followed that up with 6 Bar Break and their brand new song Dogs of War. With me tonight are 4 of the 5 members of the Cheats. What's up, gentlemen?
What's up?
See, now I confused everybody because I actually said what I played, and I never do that. Not at the beginning, at least. So I actually saw you guys live in Hyde Park with Dragline a while ago.
Yeah.
That Christmas was it near Christmas time?
Yes.
Yeah, because Rob was plugged into the Christmas tree.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was good. Straight into the Christmas tree.
Yeah, I was there for a couple of your songs, and then I went to the Leechburg Moose because Fred Ulmer, who was involved with Rock for Life, was back from Florida, and he drugged me there. But I saw a few.
Nice.
So we're going to start off with some normal questions before we get to the Pennsylvania Rock Show type questions. The first question I have for you, and it actually comes from my daughters, which doesn't happen very often, but they wanted to know where your band name came from.
The band name, when we started out 20 years ago, we were called the No Goods for about a minute. And then we found out there was a band called the No Goods. So we were in the back of a 31st Street pub dressing room, and we were trying to figure out names, and everybody was throwing names around. And somebody said there's this Clash song called Card Sheet. And first we were the Buzz Bombs for one show, and that we were like, that name sucks. So then, yeah, we're backstage. We're like, everybody's like, I hate that name. So I'm like, well, let's pick up a name now. And somebody said Card Sheet. We're like, call it Sheet. And that was it. No real thinking behind it. We just hated the name the Buzz Bombs.
That one sucks. Let's change it.
At least you didn't take inspiration from the artwork on the wall in that room behind the pub.
Oh, yeah. There's some real inspiration on that wall.
Yeah.
There was on the ladies' room door, about eye level, there was an akmusicscene.com sticker, which will take you to my Build a Scene website. Don't do me any good there now, though.
Probably gone.
Mentioning 31st Street Pub is going to play into the question later, so I'm glad that came up. So your band kind of takes the regional national band terminology to like a next level. Why don't you tell me about each person in the current lineup and where everybody's from?
Yeah, well, I moved up here from Atlanta. I've been kicking around the Southeast for quite a while. Met Todd 10 years ago. Was ready to leave Atlanta. Some random stuff brought me up here to Pittsburgh a couple times. Me and Todd got to talking. I dug the city, and he offered me a spot in the band if I was moving up. I was like 80% sure before he offered me the gig. When he offered me the gig, that's all it took to solidify it.
Who wants to go next?
Robert?
I'll go. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, so it's only a 2-hour drive, so it's not bad. And I've known Todd for probably half my life because my old band here in Cleveland used to play with the Cheats like a long time ago. So I got to play with Todd and know Todd for a long time. And long story short, now I'm in the band, so it was a good fit for me.
Yeah, Rob joined up. We were on tour. Phil couldn't make it, so we needed a bass player. So I talked to Rob. I'm like, hey, man, you want to play bass? He's like, sure. I'm like, we're going on the tour. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. I think he had one practice.
One.
And right after that, we kicked out a guitar player. So I called him that night, and I'm like, hey, man, we need a guitar player. You want to play guitar? And he's like, definitely. And after the tour, it just worked. So we asked him to join.
And then another funny thing, too, was that Michael Monroe show in Cleveland. Devin was there, I was there, Todd was there, and then now here we are all in a band. So
That's the night I first met Todd.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's funny.
How about you, Phil?
What was the question, Bill? I kind of zoned out for a second.
I'm having deja vu.
Who are you?
Yeah, basically who you are and how you joined the band.
Well, I'm Phil. I'm the bass player of the Cheats. And
Hi, Phil.
hi. Me and Todd were kind of the last men standing for a couple months, a few years back. I needed a band, he needed a bass player, and I think it was love at first sight. We'd already been playing together for. We were playing together for a couple years in a cover band, the Torn Apart Hearts, and it was just an easy transition into the Cheats at that point.
Yeah, but before that, Phil used to help us out all the time. When we needed a bass player or a drummer or a guitar player, we could call Phil to fill in. So for years,
Fill in.
Phil, we used to call him Phil Drummond when he played drums. And, you know, different strokes with the dad, Phil Drummond.
Okay, so Todd, I'm assuming you were there in the beginning, but why don't you fill us in?
Yeah, I was there. I started the band. I was in a band called Silver Tongue Devil. One of the bands I was in. We just came back from doing a European tour, and the tour went good, but the personnel, everybody ended up hating each other for a little bit because we were on there for like a month, so everybody was getting on each other's nerves. And I'm like, well, I never like to stop. So the guitar player was like, I'm done for 2 months. I don't want to see you guys. I was like, man, I can't sit around for 2 months. So the bass player from Silver Tongue Devil, and then I tattooed. There were these young like dudes that were into the same stuff I was into, which was different than Silver Tongue Devil stuff. We're like, hey, you want to throw a side band together? So the Cheats became a side band, and before we even played, the guitar player from Silver Tongue Devil called me up and was mad at me and quit them. Just says I'm done. So that band was done. I'm like, okay, so I got the Cheats. I was like, yeah, that was 20 years ago. So.
You and I actually had a conversation one time on Facebook that you probably don't remember, but I helped you with your tattoo shop website one night.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Cool. I don't remember anything. I'm bad. The older I get, the worse I get.
Oh, it's been a few years. I do have a question that I'm going to direct at Todd, but if anybody else has any input, feel free to share. But I know that Todd has been in a couple bands that were signed. So the question is, what do you think the advantages and disadvantages are of being both signed and do it yourself?
Signed, if a label can work for you, it's great. But if not, it sucks. I mean, it's horrible. What we got now, the guy who has Screaming Crow Records is actually my partner in one of my tattoo shops. So it's really easy to work with. I mean, I'm hands on. The whole band's hands on. And we've been on for the whole Chiefs career has been on that label. But yeah, I was on like some majors with the old stuff. It was hit or miss. The thing with when we were on major, people would people that signed you were all for you. By the time your record comes out, half of them people are gone. And then the next people are in, and they don't give a crap about your stuff. They want their stuff. So sometimes get lost in shuffle. But small label's fine. We have no problem with it. We get support and everything. The band is pretty self-sufficient. When we tell them, hey, we got a new record ready, they'll put it out. Or hey, we want to do a single, they'll put it out. So.
Cool. So with venues starting to open back up, which venues are you guys most excited to take the stage at again?
Any of them.
Yeah, all of them.
Any of them. All of them. Any of them. If you got a basement, we might be there.
And PBR.
Yeah, anywhere, man. It's been too long.
A mirror for hairspray.
Is that like the Steel Panther thing going on there?
No, we're cooler than them. We write our own songs.
That's a
we
good
got
point.
A couple shows. I think the stuff that's at the Thunderbird, we haven't played there yet. It's been remodeled. I think we're looking forward to that show. There's two of them.
We were very excited about playing the Thunderbird before the pandemic, hoping it was going to come up. Obviously, that didn't happen. So the couple that we have lined up there, I think we're real excited about. It just sounds like it's going to be a great venue for the city.
That's with the legendary Hucklebucks and Royal Honey, right?
No,
that's excuses.
That's
Royal
excuses
Honey.
this Saturday.
That's a Saturday. That one is July 2nd.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
the
there's
Royal.
one July.
It's the Royal Honey's
record release.
CD release.
And then we're doing the Bobby Lamonde tribute there too.
I think that one's the 25th of July, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Sunday.
I was actually working on Royal Honey's website today, so.
Oh, really?
And
all the websites.
I work on a lot. But I'm going to ask you. I know you have some other shows, but those were the ones that I wanted to touch on first, so that worked out well. Now I'm going to give you the question that I alluded to when Todd was into red lighting. Let's say each of you are standing at the crossroads waiting for the devil to show up. What are you going to try and sell your soul for?
I already did.
Yeah, I think we already did. We're in hell right now. I've been in hell for 20 years with the
band. Probably not to pay taxes would be my thing.
That would be nice.
I was just thinking, just the ability to go on tour for months at a time. That's it.
And get paid for it.
I can live on the road. That's my thing. I want to be on the road constantly.
How about you, Phil?
Oh, brother, I don't know.
A nice steak sub.
yeah, nice steak hoagie, man. I just time, man. Time's the one thing that we're all running short on, and just to have time with these guys, playing shows and just living free. I guess if I'm selling my soul to the devil, I'm not living free anymore. I'm kind of indebted, but like Devin said, man, we'll go on tour. We'll take the devil with us.
It'll be like Ghost Rider, but with music instruments.
And better hair.
So, let's say that you guys you go out on that tour that Devin was just talking about, and in between stops, what's the soundtrack going to be? So what's the band listen to when you're not on stage?
It gets wild.
We're all
It
over
gets
the
out
map.
there.
Things you would expect and things you would not expect.
Yeah.
Typically on Thursday nights, me and Phil get to rehearsal first, and some nights it'll just be me and Phil songwriting. We get really weird.
Yeah. Tomorrow's gonna be ancient Viking nautical songs in the key of F.
Played through a
We find
conch shell.
inspirational. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody in a band has weird taste, I guess. Well, not really weird, just eclectic stuff, Just,
Yeah. Not all the typical stuff you would expect out of us.
No. I think that me and Devin, when we met a couple years ago, we really bonded over the fact that we're giant pop music fans. And we appreciate the art form. And a lot of the weird stuff we're talking about, like we talk about pop music. So it might be three other dudes in a van listening to Britney Spears and Taylor Swift.
I think Todd just said he's going in the other van.
Yeah.
I'll put my
This is
headphones
how
in.
you end up with Motley Crue on 4 different tour buses.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not listening to your crap, Tommy.
I'll be good every day. I don't
You're not getting the aux cord.
dig that pop.
It's like me and Devin and old iRock listening to Lady Gaga for days.
I still don't get why people are into that yacht rock stuff that when I grew up, we hated it. People were stuck into Toto and Steely Dan.
Fucking Steely Dan. Sorry.
See, now I need to edit.
Keep your finger
Drop
on the
it.
button. We're getting loose.
All right, if you could sit on a bench for 1 hour and talk to your musical idol, but you can only ask the person one question, so you have to ask them a question that's going to keep them talking. What would you ask them about?
Once again, man, I'll go back to my running thing with you, Bill. I would sit there for an hour with Taylor Swift and ask her what was really up with all those dudes, man. Did she really get with all those guys? I got a thing for Tay Tay.
I just try to think who I don't know. A lot of the people that I idolize, like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, other than that, I don't
You
even
play
know
with
who I'd,
Motorhead.
let alone what I'd ask.
Lemmy. Who'd you say?
Is that I don't even know who I'd talk to, let alone what I'd ask.
Like, I would love to talk to Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy. I don't know,
Yeah.
Over the shoulder there.
I would pick Dee Dee Ramone because he would just make me laugh the whole time.
Oh yeah, Dee Dee. Or Joey. Joey's cool.
You'd be on that bench for like 6 hours with Dee Dee.
Yeah, Dee Dee wouldn't understand what he's saying.
I feel like I would connect well with Dee Dee.
What's the writing process with you guys? Like is one person bringing the song in and then everybody work on it, or how's it work?
Kind of all over the map. We've written some just in rehearsal randomly, just with one riff spontaneously hitting. Rob, living in Cleveland, he'll record a lot of riffs, full songs, and send them to us. We'll work it out without him, and he comes down to rehearsal once a month or so. And, then we kind of get together and put it all together. And Phil comes in with stuff, and then I'll demo stuff, sometimes a full song or just a piece.
The last record was it was really like piecemeal because it was the first time we were writing a record together.
Yeah.
So Dev had stuff, Rob had stuff, Todd had stuff, I had stuff, and it just kind of all it was all over the board. It was my song, Rob's song, Devin's song. Now we've been together for going on 4 years. There are songs. We're writing those together. Somebody might bring the majority of it, but we are finished at as a band.
Yeah.
And it feels really good to be in that working relationship.
And we've gotten a lot better with. I was never in a 2-guitar band. And so that's one thing I think me and Rob, we gel together very well. My weaknesses are his strengths and vice versa. So we're getting really good at
Kyle.
where each other's role is. And so we're getting really good at finding our spots.
It's filling in each other really good.
Yeah.
Kyle, can you hear us? Maybe not.
Hello.
We can see you, Kyle. Make sure you do not take your pants off.
Or swear.
What's up, Kyle?
Or respond to us.
I guess Thursday night.
I tell you what, while he's figuring out what he's doing there, we're going to be playing Cussing, Crying, and Carrying On. Somebody want to tell me, this is your MTV moment. Give me a story about it.
We told the record that, but we didn't have a song called that. And then when we were going to do a 7-inch, we were going to do a 7-inch. I'm like, man, we should just use that title and just write something. That's what we did.
We're still waiting for the cease and desist letter to come from a certain estate. We may have borrowed that from a legendary artist.
Oh.
And it wasn't Taylor Swift.
Yeah, we
Not
stole
Taylor
that.
Swift.
Yeah, we stole that. It's a Ike and Tina Turner title.
I'm pretty sure it was. Did I just hear Kyle? Did you guys hear?
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, but he apparently can't hear us.
Maybe he had or put his mic on. Or
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a moment. We're going to listen to Cussing, Crying, and Carrying On by The Cheats. We're also going to hear Cut and Run from Royal Honey, which is it's currently a single, but it is on their upcoming CD, Sweet Heat, which will be released July 2nd at Thunderbird Cafe, which The Cheats will be playing at as well. So we're going to do that. While we're doing that, you guys hang out. And for those of you that are actually watching us live, you're not going to get to hear that right now because Facebook will mute us. Somebody want to text him and see what's going on before we start the second segment?
This is kind of like what the TSA, not the TSA, but the NSA kind of just probably sees when they just have cameras because he looks like he doesn't even know we're on.
He just keeps getting closer to the camera. Just gets real close in there.
I just
he's not
texted
in the
him.
picture.
And it moves back a bit.
I texted him if he's ready.
I think this is the first time in 4 years I've ever seen Kyle wear glasses.
Yeah, I know.
I think he's got a filter on.
I just heard someone say it's muted.
Here I am.
Oh, there.
There he is.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, you're like in limbo for like 2 minutes.
I'm an asshole.
You're Kyle.
Oh, okay, don't swear.
Little Ripper.
Hey, Kyle, here's the quick rules. Don't say the F word.
I already did that.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to start the second segment. I don't have any questions prepared for this, so this is where you're going to get the crazy ones. Well, except for the first one, but it's crazy, but you'll see.
Okay.
You just heard Cussing, Crying, and Carrying On by The Cheats, and right after that, you heard Royal Honey's track, Cut and Run. If you are just tuning in, The Cheats are hanging out with me tonight. We have Kyle, Devin, Todd, Rob, and Phil. Kyle is joining us cold, so he has no idea what's about to happen. So this next question has kind of become like the Pennsylvania Rock Show question. And it's really simple, but it has a little story. The story behind it is that when I'm on YouTube, no matter what I search on the right-hand side where it has a list of videos that are come up next, there's either a Foo Fighters video or a Dave Grohl video. I don't know how it started. It just all of a sudden, and now every single time they're over there. So one of the things that they're known for is bringing someone up on stage with them and letting them play a song with them. So the question is the Dave Grohl question, and it's, who is your Dave Grohl? In other words, who would you want to go up and play with?
The helicopters.
I wonder if they're not around anymore. Is that still?
It's completely up to you. You can pick a band that's not together or one that's current.
Rob's probably the same. Probably Ramones. I love to jump up with Ramones.
Yeah. That'd be fun. That'd be a good time.
Hands down.
I have to go with Husker Du. I'm sorry.
Wow.
What do you think? How about you, Phil? Taylor
You asked me
Swift.
this question 6 months ago. It's still Taylor Swift.
See, I thought it was the alcohol
She's
talking that night.
infectious, man. She's infectious.
Taylor Swift and Motorhead. There you go, Phil.
Yes. That's me in a nutshell.
You know,
My
Taylor
blonde
Swift.
hair, my Motorhead t-shirts. I am Taylor Swift, and let me in a nutshell.
One of those Dave Grohl videos that showed up on YouTube was about Taylor Swift.
Oh,
That's an Illuminati stuff right there.
Yeah.
They were both at Paul McCartney's house. You have to look it up. It's a great story.
Of course they were. Where else would they be hanging out at? Of course they were.
Dave Grohl is like the Cranberry, man. He's in everything. Cranberry this, Cranberry, Dave Grohl that.
Yeah, my goal is to get him.
A rock and roll documentary without Dave Grohl.
No.
My goal is to get him on the show.
Oh, really? Try to get hold of him?
Hey, who didn't answer yet?
What?
I know how to get Dave. Tell him you're doing some documentary and you need to have a talk. Just make up a band and he'll say, "Oh, I remember when I heard them. You know, I was a kid. I was
Yes.
Suddenly we're into like a Twitter feud with Dave Grohl. I love it.
If I could get him to respond in any way, I'd be happy. He did a video with
Hashtag Who's Dave Grohl.
he did a video with Brian Johnson. So I tagged both of them and I said, "Hey Brian, how'd you get him to answer you?" And both of them ignored me.
Brian Johnson couldn't hear you.
Possibly.
I heard he might be in the Buck Cherry video.
Yeah.
All right, so let's say that you can play at any location, like any location, with any band. So this is a really wide open song, and this question has a title too. It's called the Diesel Beast question. They're a metal band from Denton, Texas. And their answer was they wanted to play at Stonehenge with Dio, to give you an idea of what I'm looking for here. Kyle was like, what?
What?
What show did I just join? Yeah.
Oh my God. That's
I mean,
pretty broad.
Metallica played at the South Pole.
They would.
I'm not going to comment on Metallica. God.
I'm going to jump right in. Mine's easy. I want to play at WrestleMania. I want to play I'm a Real American as Hulk Hogan walks out and body slams Andre the Giant for the second time, brother.
Hulk Hogan in the wrestling boot band.
Yeah. If we could play WrestleMania, I'd gladly hang up my boots, brother.
He was a bass player. Did you guys know that?
He was. And we had the same hair. He definitely modeled my later years look after Hulk Hogan. There's a reason I'm wearing a bandana, brother.
Oh my God. Brother.
Orange and red. Or the red and yellow.
Yeah, the mustard outfit. Ketchup.
That's next year. You're brighten up the color scheme next year.
Yeah, if you show up like Hulk Hogan, we could be like, man, did you see the Chief? They got some dude in there that dresses like Hulk Hogan.
That'd be sweet.
I thought when Eric was in the band, he kind of resembled Pee Wee Herman, and I was always trying to talk him into wearing a Pee Wee Herman suit, but he would never. He's like Pee Wee Herman. He's in the band, man.
We're still resting on our talent at this point, but we're resting on something else. I'll start dressing like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. I play anywhere with ZZ Top on the Super Texas. Anywhere.
ZZ Top. That's a good one, man. Yeah.
On the Super Texas tour. That's the tour that they had all the farm animals on stage.
There you go.
Oh my God, it was so cool. It was so cool.
That would have been cool. Big steers and everything. That would have been fun.
I want to play with Meatloaf at a carnival.
This is like
Yeah.
Maybe
There's always a good crowd at a carnival. County fair, they get good crowds.
The county fair would be even better, man.
Yeah.
Wow. It's awesome.
Let's see. If you could go back in time without breaking the space-time continuum, so Doc Brown doesn't yell at us, what band would you go back and hang out with for a year to learn from?
Oh, good.
Devin's eyes there. Did everybody catch that?
Yeah.
MC5.
I have to agree with MC5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know, man. Like,
Todd's getting in a different DeLorean too.
Yeah.
I love it. Maybe it was early kiss to see, the inner workings of how to be millionaire.
You could also learn how to tick off Paul and Gene too.
I'd like to go back to the
I
early
bet
90s.
Paul and Gene won, and Gene Simmons is very, very nice to me. That's all I got to say.
I met Gene Simmons. I met him in a book signing, and he asked me
but
about
it was
my digital
weird.
camera.
Oh, really? I was hanging out, waiting for him down the hotel when they played Civic Arena. No, they're playing the Stanley Theater because it was Eric Carr was in the band. They're playing the Stanley Theater, and he was an asshole to some people, but he was actually very nice to me. Paul Stanley was very nice to me. Vinnie Vincent was a dick. and Eric.
You kind of get that vibe from Vinny even today.
Oh yeah, he was a complete. He wasn't nice. Wasn't nice, and we weren't real pushing you there, you know.
Are you allowed to say
It
that
was
Vinny
weird.
Vincent has a dick at this point?
Oh, I think he's Roseanne Barr.
Delete that out. Delete that out. I love Vinny Vincent.
Listen, I don't edit the video, and it's live, so I can edit the final show, but you guys are stuck with what you're saying. and Vinny,
My apologizes to Vinny Vincent.
Vinny has sued Gene and Paul 14 times. Keep that in mind.
They got something they can sue for.
Yeah.
Todd's trying to
So yeah, I don't. Blame it on Phil.
Poking Phil.
He's trying to say it was Phil that should be sued.
Yeah.
We love Vinny
I bet
Vincent.
yeah, for the Lord.
It's backwards.
How many people are going to hate us?
All right, so let's say you guys are on.
I said something about this one time on some podcast or something, and I got a bunch of hate mail. And it was like, I got a Gene Simmons tattoo. I don't hate kids. You know, it was weird.
Kiss is the band I've seen the most as far as major bands. And I'll tell you guys a story about one of the concerts off the air, but because it's kind of long, but it's funny. So if you guys end up going, let's say you're going on an international tour, and the promoter tells you that you're allowed to pick 2 more bands from this area to go with you. Who would you take with you?
Our
The area?
Yep.
Oh.
I'm from Cleveland, so I don't count.
The East Coast Crazies.
Yeah, that.
My favorite local band. I live in Carrick. They're from Carrick. The East Coast Crazies.
There you go. What Phil said.
I went to a show as they were finishing their set, so I've never seen them. Like, I walked in, and they were walking off the stage.
We said
Maybe they have a show this
played
summer.
a
that
show
you
with
can
them, and they
Yeah, we
loved Rob. They absolutely loved Rob.
I forgot all about that.
Where my crazies at?
Yeah, I lost their T-shirt. Skiing.
It's weird. There's a lot of good local bands we really like. You know,
Bobby
we like
C in
Real
the
Honey.
house.
We love the Huckleback. We love Dragline. I don't know, and we all get along. I mean,
So
Bobby
Bobby C's in the chat room if you guys want to say anything.
Bobby!
Oh, let's see.
Hi.
Bobby. Hey, I'm supposed to meet him down the Tiki. I'm DJing tonight.
So we'll go one more odd question, and then I'll finish off with the 2 questions I told you to listen for, and I'll let you guys get out of here. But I want you. This is gonna. When I start out, it's gonna sound like a normal band question, but there's a twist. I want to know about an embarrassing moment that happened on stage, but you're not allowed to tell me your embarrassing moment. You have to tell me about somebody else in the band. So something that they did that embarrassed you.
I'm going to go first. These guys have never embarrassed me.
Are we talking about this band, or it can be any band?
Any band. Kyle keeps pointing at Phil.
Why is it always me? I don't want to say who it was, but I thought it was going to be embarrassing, but it might have been magic. A former frontman I was playing with, we were playing at the BBT, the Bluefield Bridge Tavern. and he lost sight of the front of the stage. And he took that big step through 2 tables, and he landed on his feet.
Oh.
It had the potential to be the most embarrassing thing, but it was just magical.
It sounds like it needed pyrotechnics going off in the background.
Yes, it could have been. It could have been the worst thing ever, but it was magic.
Kind of sounds like WrestleMania.
Sporting barbed wire death match show at the BBT this weekend.
Anybody else want to conquer this question?
Pretty much my old band's entire history. We were like the Jonestown Massacre, getting in fist fights on stage and breaking each other's noses on stage during shows. So maybe our entire history would be the embarrassing part. We were hardcore drunks.
One band I was in, I'm not going to mention what band I was in. The guitar player was bragging about he's going to wear his new leather pants for the show. And we were just like, whatever. Here he shows up in chaps. Okay? You know how chaps, there's no front and back in chaps. And he had no underwear on in front or the back. He just had his guitar blocking his area, and every once in a while he would lift it up. And, yeah. I mean, it was funny. I don't know if it was embarrassing. It was more funny, but it was like, I guess kind of embarrassing. His mom was there. I felt really bad for her.
Oh, shit.
and I felt bad for our bass player who was on that side of the stage. And his butt kept on rubbing up against his hand.
Oh.
And then the drummer who had a look at his butt the whole time. I don't know. I probably did embarrassing stuff for the yeah. So I never did something that embarrassing, did I? No,
I think we're always too drunk to remember any of it, anyways.
I asked that question to Fist Fight in the parking lot, and they all told stories about Roo Dog, the drummer. Every single band member told a Roo Dog story.
I think we're all in the same league. If we're drinking, we're all drinking enough to like not worried about who's embarrassing who. You know.
Okay. I think we got lucky with the 5 of us that like we came together a little bit later in life, so the really embarrassing stuff is all behind us. But come up to excuses this Saturday, see what happens.
Yeah, we'll change that quick.
Yeah,
it's our first Pittsburgh show in 2 years, so it might happen this weekend.
Since you brought up a show, why don't you tell me about the upcoming shows that you have?
Oh, man.
Well,
this Saturday, Excuses.
Saturday at Excuses with the Hucklebucks and Royal Honey. We've got the Royal Honey release show on July 2nd. Yeah. We're playing with the Goddamn Gallows.
Thursday
the 15th, playing
in Youngstown.
Youngstown, Ohio. Rimrocks Festival in West Virginia. The Bobby Lamonde show.
Here, hold on. So the July 15th for the West Side Bowl, 16th for the Rimrocks,
17th. We play on the 17th.
Oh, okay.
It's a 2-day festival.
You might want to update your website.
I didn't say the right date.
It says the 16th.
Go for the whole weekend. It'll be worth your.
There you go.
Yeah,
We'll actually be there.
We're going to be there both nights.
Yeah.
I think it starts Thursday.
It
starts Thursday?
I think it's
this Thursday.
Rimrocks Festival starts on Friday.
Yeah. Oh, I thought he
Friday
said
we'll just be performing as drunken idiots in the crowd. And
Yeah.
Saturday,
Then we
we'll
got-
be drunken idiots on the stage.
Then we got Savage Mountain Fest. A bunch of bands are playing that too.
In Maryland, Cumberland.
That's August 14th.
Yeah,
I'm cheating. I pulled it up over here on the side.
You're on top of it.
Yeah, we don't. Sometimes we don't even know when we're playing, or like a week out.
Or the day of.
Pretty much.
And we
I know.
got practice. You know,
I really do have a question now. It's Philly on the Rocks, but it's in Erie. What's that all about?
dude. We need to show, and our buddies up there were like, "Yeah, I'll find a club." And he's like, "Okay, this is the club. This is what it's named now." And I'm like, "Okay, it's brand new."
So the club
So
is
we
called
don't
Philly
know
on the
that.
Rocks in Erie. That's different.
Yeah, and somebody's like,
It makes total sense.
they're like, "It's in a bad part of town." I'm like, "Is there any good part of Erie?" I don't know.
We were told there's free
We're-
corn dogs,
we're-
though.
So we'll be okay.
It's free corn dogs. I'll be there.
That was free
Actually-
cornhole.
Oh, I thought you said corn dogs. I was like, I'm in.
Corn dogs rule, dude. Love them.
I'm glad you all took more.
And then
When I
it
was a
looks
kid,
like
cornhole was
the only other show that we didn't mention was September 4th at Mohawk Place in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, if anybody is a real trooper wants to travel to a real punk rock and roll bar,
That's it.
drive up to Erie or up to Buffalo. That place is amazing. It's what we're missing in so many towns. It's a real rock and roll bar. The Mohawk place is amazing.
It's a great
Yeah,
place.
Plus, we're playing with a great band.
For all our Canadian friends listening on this podcast,
Yeah.
drive down, hit the Freedom Bridge down to Buffalo to the Mohawk place.
There it is.
That's a good point. Those of you in Hamilton, you make the trip and listen to the cheats.
Yeah, there you go.
Free admission if
Corn
you wear a
dogs, too.
Bret Hart t-shirt.
Got a little teeth.
All right, last thing I need from you guys. Where can the listeners get a copy of your music from?
It's on the website, therealcheats.com.
Spotify,
It's on our band
Amazon Music, YouTube.
National record market.
I mean, you make them buy
There's some
records.
stores.
You can
The
buy,
budget
you
being
can buy
that,
all of our records
These guys
at
are
Excuses
saying-
on Saturday.
Where?
Come to the
There.
show.
Yeah, come see
buy
us.
them from us.
Yeah.
Oh, look at.
Bobby sees helping you out there.
Yeah, buy it at the show Saturday.
Absolutely, Bob.
Here's what I think should happen. I think on July 2nd they should buy your new album and the Royal Honey album.
There you go.
We'll make it a package deal.
And we'll
We're
sign
selling
both of
ours
them.
for $2 less than they are.
I love them guys, man. Bobby and Ange are like our boys. Ange was actually in the Chiefs for on our first record. Ange, a drummer from Royal Honey.
Ange has been in this room. He was here with who man, I can't think of their name now.
Sci-Fi Idol.
Buck Cherry.
Cosmosonics. That's who it was. This is Cosmosonics. They came in their stage attire and freaked out my wife.
Ange is like that 24/7. You go to Ange's house anytime, day or night.
I don't think I know Michelle Peak. But yes, that's me in red.
She's our favorite. She's our biggest fan.
Yeah.
She lives in Connecticut.
Cool.
That was Wyoming.
She moved for work.
Do you guys really know her?
No.
No.
No? Okay.
Oh,
No.
I know someone with the same name.
So,
Must know
okay,
you.
so maybe she's using a pseudonym. She has a stage name.
I think half of us are.
All right, so I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me on episode 571.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What we're going to do is we're going to play a couple more tracks for you guys. I'm going to attempt to fit in 2, but we'll see how it goes when I'm editing. If I get both in, we're going to hear Rocky Dennis Face in their track Dr. Benzo, and we're also going to get Asleep at the Wheel by 13 Saints. And after that, you'll hear Mr. John the American Hill Jack Lane. He's going to tell you how to subscribe and where to find the show. And after that happens, do not get off the radio stations. Stay there, support the station, listen, find some new music to go check out. And now that venues are starting to open up, make sure you get out and support the local musicians, including the Cheats. If you're in the video there, you can see, is that a coaster?
Yeah, we sell coasters, limited edition. And those are records.
But we're known for our coasters.
Yeah. The Canadians love those.
Cheatsmeats.com.
Yeah, a side venture is we're working on fresh meat.
I don't even
Not
want to
so
know.
fresh meat.
All right. With that, this has been episode number 571. Make sure you check us out each and every Friday at buildascene.com. And I'm going to go tell them that Kiss story while you guys aren't listening. We'll catch you next week.